All right, here's our video today on metabolism. And metabolism is just all the chemical reactions that occur in your body. And a lot of people misunderstand metabolism. And most of the time, they think of metabolism as just one part. So let's look at some of the parts, by the way. And let's get our pen ready. I think we'll stick with yellow. No, well, let's stick with red for the background. So again, just to say what it is over here, all the chemical reactions that happen or that occur, we'll use occur instead, occur in the body, inside you. All those chemical reactions going on inside you. And so the two parts we'll talk about, the two main parts that is, one is catabolism. And this is the one that most people are familiar with. Even if they don't know the word, they're familiar with this. So all catabolism is breaking down of food to make energy. Breaking down food to make energy. Breaking down the food you eat. Food to make energy. And specifically, the energy is ATP, adenosine triphosphate, to make energy. That's catabolism. So, in other words, when you think of that, that is cellular respiration. That one part is cellular respiration. And in cellular respiration, which occurs in all organisms, plants and animals, is where you take food in a simple way. Is you take food that you eat, you turn it into glucose, and the glucose is used in the body to generate adenosine triphosphate. So in cellular respiration, which is a part of catabolism, breaking down food to glucose to ATP. So that's part of your metabolism. And so some people can have a slow metabolism where they don't break that down efficiently. And we'll talk about that in the video. So you might hear slow metabolism and fast metabolism and so forth. So let's get a clean page here. And by the way, this is the formula for cellular respiration. Again, cellular. Let's write that down. Cellular respiration. And cellular respiration occurs in plants also. So the plants are not just having photosynthesis; they do take part in cellular respiration. So here's the glucose, right? So we eat our food and we make glucose out of the food, and then also we need oxygen, and this will yield, there's the yield sign, it'll yield carbon dioxide. We exhale carbon dioxide and water, and of course what we need here is adenosine triphosphate, ATP. So again, cellular respiration is part of catabolism, which I talked about first. And again, catabolism is only one part of metabolism. And again, metabolism is all chemical reactions that occur in the body. So there's another one, anabolism. Let's talk about that. All right, so I'll write catabolism up here so we see it. Try to write straight. So this is, again, very simply breaking down food to make energy. Like we talked about, getting that glucose to make ATP. And then we have another part of metabolism is anabolism. And anabolism is you're building complex molecules from simple molecules. So it's we can think of an example of building proteins with amino acids. So with anabolism, you're building. See here, here's a key word in catabolism. You're breaking down. Where in anabolism, let's change the color. Anabolism is you're building muscle, right? You're building complex molecules like proteins from simple ones like amino acids. And again, this is part of metabolism also. So you're building complex molecules from simple molecules. So again, the key here is building. You're breaking with catabolism and building with anabolism. All right, and here's another picture of it. So you see on the top catabolism, breaking down, and anabolism, building. So with anabolism, though, you do need energy for that to happen. So here you're looking at a ribosome. You're looking at an mRNA molecule that left the nucleus after it transcribed, and it transcribed the codes, your nucleotide bases to make proteins. And you can, as it enters the ribosome, you see this entering the ribosome here, and you see this. Let's get my pen going here. So this is anabolism here because we have this chain of amino acids being built. You see this chain being built. It grows into a peptide chain, and eventually it'll grow into a 3D protein. So again, that's anabolism, building. These simple molecules were the amino acids. They look like little balls in the picture there. So again, with metabolism, there are other parts. It's not just catabolism, it's not just breaking down food to make energy, it's also building. There's also another part called regulation. And what should we use? We'll use yellow. Comes out a lot. Regulation. And a regulation, for example, could be hormone regulation. Hormones. And hormones are chemical messengers. For an example, one hormone is insulin, right? And you've probably heard of insulin. And when we talk about catabolism, when we break down food to make energy, once glucose is the main sugar that the body wants, and once glucose enters your blood, the pancreas will release insulin, and the insulin will attach to all the cells in your body, and you have over 30 trillion cells or more. And that insulin, this is a very basic way of saying it, but the insulin will allow the glucose to enter the cells. So again, with hormones, they're chemical messengers. And so that messenger with the insulin is telling the cells to bring in sugar, bring that sugar into the cells. So that's regulation that happens with metabolism also. And by the way, insulin doesn't just let sugar in, help the glucose enter the cells. It can also help with making proteins, synthesizing proteins. It can signal the cells to increase the uptake of amino acids from the food we eat. So I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this video, we have a slow or fast metabolism. And in other words, that's a lower basal metabolic rate, your BMR, your BMR. And so if you have a slow metabolism, you're burning fewer calories than someone who has a faster metabolism. You might have heard about this too. But you're burning them also not efficiently. So when you're eating, when you eat a meal, someone with a fast metabolism can burn calories quicker and more efficiently. So when you have a slow metabolism or a lower basal metabolic rate, BMR, then you're burning them not efficiently. You don't burn them the same, put it that way. And how you can fix your metabolism, there's many things, but you should also contact your doctor. But a lot of people would recommend physical activity, your diet, and sleep, and other things. But check with your doctor on that. All right, that's our video today on metabolism.